Welcome to Head Full of Radio, where a longtime Radiohead fan goes through the whole recorded discography alongside his friend, who's only familiar with the song Creep. Will we agree on the songs? Can I convert him into a fan? Let's find out.
So why does 100th episode spectacular title include 97 to 99?
Well, you'll see. I'm going to say that in a minute.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I won't jump in.
Today, on a very special episode of Head Full of Radio, the 100th episode spectacular, starring Nico and Chase and me. Why is it the 100th episode spectacular? Nico just asked me that, and I told him to be quiet. The answer is because we will be releasing episodes 97, 98, 99, and 100 all on the same day. Ooh.
Well, hey. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Breaking news for me as well. So that's very cool.
That is breaking news for all of us, I believe, except for, well, I guess for the view. Well, it's not break. Never mind. You know what? Ignore me. I was going to try to make a quip, and I failed. So I will wear the hat of shame instead.
You're doing
Sorry,
great.
you're right, Alan. We're doing it all the time.
Yeah. You're doing great. I thought about making this like one long episode, you know, as like the 100th episode.
Don't jinx it. They'll end up four very long episodes. So
yeah, I figured, you know, releasing them all staggered throughout the same day would be more fun. Not like it would make any big difference, but it makes a difference to me.
Oh. Well, that's good enough then.
So welcome, guys. Today's video is not, it's kind of official, but not really official. It was made and then never really got played anywhere. It is a music video for Fitter Happier. Nico, I'm sure you're familiar with this song, are you?
In the sense that I feel like I've heard it.
Well, you did.
Probably.
You have heard it. Yeah. Do you remember the, I'll give you a hint. Do you remember the break of the OK Computer album before it went back to other things, where it wasn't really a song? It was a computer.
Oh yes, okay, that makes sense. Why this isn't going to be an official video then, because that was a bit interesting.
Yeah. So it's kind of it's unreleased, but the band, I don't know, it showed up on on YouTube. It was lost for a long time and then just appeared. Someone salvaged it and archived it and spoke to the director about putting it on YouTube, and here it is. The original idea for the album was to make a music video for every song. But a lot of the stuff didn't work out. So I'm going to put the closed captioning on, Chase, so you can kind of read what's going on.
Please do.
Because it's going to be interesting. I'm just going to throw it on there. I don't know that there's anything more we need to say, really. And I've talked a lot, so I'm going to shut up. Are we ready, gentlemen?
I think we are. I am.
Go! Fitter, happier, more productive, comfortable, not drinking too much, regular exercise at the gym, 3 days a week, getting on better with your associate employee contemporaries, at ease, eating well, no more microwave dinners and saturated fats, a patient better driver, a safer car, baby smiling in backseat, sleeping well, no bad dreams, no paranoia, careful to all animals, never washing spiders down a plug hole, keep in contact with old friends, enjoy a drink now and then, will frequently check credit at Moral, Bank, Hole in Wall, favors for favors, fond but not in love, charity standing orders, on Sundays reading Road Supermarket.
This feels like a bad trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does. That's a really good way to put it.
No longer afraid of the dark or midday shadows, nothing so ridiculously teenage and desperate, nothing so childish. At a better pace, slower and more calculated. No chance of escape. Now self-employed, concerned, but powerless. An empowered and informed member of society. Pragmatism not ideal. Will not cry in public. Less chance of illness. tires that grip in the wet. Shot of baby strapped in backseat. A good memory. Still cries at a good film. Still kisses with saliva. No longer empty and frantic. Like a cat. Tied to a stick. That's driven into frozen winter shit. The ability to laugh at weakness. Calm. Fitter. Healthier. And more productive. A pig. In a cage. On antibiotics.
Oh,
Interesting.
that
It
definitely
certainly
was different to
a
our last
video.
review.
Yeah, I feel like that was two sides of a coin. It was like goofy, crazy fun, and then just like very not. Yeah,
Yeah. Just depressing.
yeah.
Very jarring. Yeah.
I do like the way that in parts of the video, the square was helping you see which area. Like there was a little black line square that was showing you where you were supposed to look as the computer was speaking, so you knew what they were referencing. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I think that was kind of a nice little idea.
I honestly did not notice that. So, you know.
My ADHD brain was going crazy over that. I was trying to follow the lyrics, and I just kept seeing the square. I was like, I guess I'm looking at the box now.
Well, so there was an area where it was pointing like still kisses with saliva, still cries at a good film.
That one stuck out to me as well, like still kisses. It really got me thinking. I was like, is there a point where that stops and then does it restart again? Like, I don't know. That really one stuck with me. What do you think?
You mean
is there
like
a particular period where people are known to not kiss with saliva? Is that like an aging thing? I don't know.
The longer you're married, as a married man, I could say the longer you're married, it happens less, but that's not, it depends.
But then I feel like you reach a certain
like
age where it's involuntary.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're going on like hey, I'm gonna get old and have dentures and not be able to produce saliva.
There's drool going on now. It's really.
I think Andrew was more
maybe
on
more
like
passion.
Yes.
Vibe.
Well, it's not even a lack of passion. It's just like when you're in a relationship and it's new, all you want to do is like make out with your partner, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the thing. Like that is what you do. And then the older you get, like you don't show your love that way. Like your love just pivots to different.
It presents differently. Yeah.
Yes, it presents differently. So
I don't need to do that every time I see her.
Yes, exactly. I don't need to stick my tongue down your throat to let you know that I care about you. Like there's
absolutely.
It manifests in different ways.
Yeah, I'll show you my penis randomly, but
exactly. Yes. See, that's the best way to show love. Yeah, but it's just I thought I was kind of going more on that end of this thing of like
that makes sense.
It gets you get into the more, I don't want to say monotony because that's not a great word, but you've just been in the relationship so long that it's less.
It's less sort of like peacocking in a way. Like you're more comfortable.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
So how do we feel about that as a video? Nico, I'm going to throw you first because you are aware of what the song is. So I'd like to hear
very questionable description, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Well,
just because of it's me. My memory is again something questionable. But yeah, I feel like it definitely fit the, dare I say, song. I'm still not sure what to refer to this quite as.
I like to call it an intermission.
Cool. Yeah. So I feel like it definitely was a fitting, visual representation of what we were listening to, and got me probably feeling an extension of what I felt when I was just listening to it. And I think I was actually quite high on it when I listened to it just at the time. And I think that's because I was able to follow the lyrics a bit better. Obviously, with the closed captioning, it kind of all it sort of runs along, as opposed to breaking it up the way that maybe like the lyrics can usually be presented.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like it was fitting. In that it was like a bit jarring.
For that.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
But again, an odd thing to translate numerically. So I feel like I'm gonna go with like an Ed and a half, just because I feel like it represents what it was, but I'm not necessarily like jumping up and down like that was so good.
Right. Chase, how do you feel about this thing?
I am giving this an ed as well. I felt like I could understand what it was going for. I just wish that it was presented in a way, and maybe it would be that way if I saw it again, but it just felt like it was a little too on the nose. That's kind of the way that I'm thinking about it.
I'm going to come at this differently. I'm going to give this a 5.5. And the reason for that is because if I had seen this music video on television, I don't think I would have stayed the whole time.
That's very fun.
I'd have been like with Paranoid Android, I'd have been like, what the fuck is this? This is great. And with this one, I'd have been like, what the fuck is this?
Mm.
You know, I would have. Why did they bother making a music video for this? Would have been my thing. Like, I don't need to see the visuals. I feel like the audio is good enough.
Yeah, you guys have already got me questioning my score, but there we have it.
Well, I mean, I gave it an ed as well, so we're on the same page.
I bumped to 1.5. Like, I was going crazy in this street.
Well, there you go. Well, here's my thing is like, it's personal appeal and it means different things to different people. But again, like, I kind of agree in the fact that I wish it was just like the visuals were presented in a way that matched, that actually added to the lyrics, where it felt like visuals almost detracted.
Right, instead of following along.
Yeah, like the last video, the visuals were so intertwined with the like song itself that like I don't think I could separate the song from the visuals. Mm-hmm. This one, it's like it feels like they're two different. They're going for two different things, and it just feels awkward.
They're showing you exactly what they're saying with the computer.
Yeah, which is like not what I think they were trying to get across with the song.
Right.
Yeah, on reflection, I like, because I was literally, even in my review, I was talking about how I almost preferred just looking at the lyrics. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's a pretty big indictment for a music video when I think about it like that. Like, I literally think I would have preferred the music video to just be the plain lyrics on like a white screen. And I feel like that would have maybe sold it more.
Yeah, and weird stuff going on in the background.
Yeah, if even that's necessary. Like, I'm just wondering if just having it literally like typeface on a screen would have just, because I feel like that's what I was like weirdly high on this when I listened to it the first time. Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, I can't actually remember if I was, but I feel like I was like, that was cool. Whereas this felt less cool because it was too distracting, which I guess made it more like stimulating, but I almost liked being able to read into it more before when it was just text on the screen, because I feel like the text, by being jarring enough as it was, did enough that I liked being able to interpret it rather than just completely being like foggy, like, oh, picture here, box, words, am I reading this? I don't know. So in some ways good, but in other ways I do think I just preferred it without the music video.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Awkward silence.
Because the way you said that, it was like, thank you for whatever that.
Yeah, whatever garbage you just spewed out of your mouth.
So, are you re-rating this now, or are we leaving it the same way?
Am I allowed to? Am I not?
Well, this will be the first time. This 100th episode. It might be the perfect time to have your first one.
We're breaking boundaries. So I'm gonna crash the bottom from what you guys have scored and go into the film.
Okay. All right. That's a good way to go, I guess. That's one way to go down. Well, sure.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll see you guys in a couple of hours when the next video episode comes out on the same day, which will be episode 98.
98.
Yes, that just happened. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Catch you guys in a few.
Yeah.
This podcast is recorded on Discord and is edited in GarageBand. The intro and outro music are Radiohead covers and can be found on Spotify under the band Lift. That's Lifte, with F as in Foxtrot. Also, find us on TikTok and Vimeo under the name
Head Full of Radio.